Hello everyone, my name is Songseni Housing and I study in class 4. Today I'm here to say the story of the apple tree. Grandfather was sitting in the shade of a big apple tree in front of his house. His grandchildren were happily munching the delicious apple from the tree. Who planted this tree here, grandfather? Asked one of the children. Come, I'll tell you how this tree came to be here, said their grandfather. He began. I came to live here more than 50 years ago. One day, I was standing just about where this apple tree now stands. I was complaining to my neighbor that I had no money. Oh, I said, how happy I would be if I had a lot of money. The neighbor, who was a very wise man, said to me, it is so simple. All you need to do is begin well. Right where you are standing, hidden in the ground are hundreds of rupees. It's up to you to dig them out. I was then a young man without much understanding. The next day, I dug a huge hole in the ground, but I found nothing. The following morning, when my neighbor saw the hole, he began to laugh. Foolish man, I didn't mean that you had to dig a hole. Now, I'll tell you what I actually mean. The neighbor then gave me an apple sapling and said, take this, plant it in the hole you have dug. Look after it properly. When this sapling becomes a tree, you will start getting money. This young apple plant will reward you. I planted the apple saplings and looked after it well. The tree grew strong and over the years, it has become the great tree that you see in front of you. I have been selling its fruits all these years. This tree has certainly given me back hundreds and hundreds of rupees. Even today I earn money by selling its delicious fruit. I have never forgotten the lesson which my neighbor taught me. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Nemnehat. I read in class 4. Today I'm here to say a story, The Apple Tree. Grandfather was sitting in the shade of a big apple tree in front of his house. His grandchildren were happily munching the delicious apple from the tree. Who planted this tree here, grandfather? Asked one of the children. Come, I'll tell you how this tree came to be here, said their grandfather. He began. I came to live here more than 50 years ago. One day, I was standing just about where this apple tree now stands. I was complaining to my neighbor that I had no money. Oh, I said, how happy I would be if I had a lot of money. The neighbor, who was a very wise man, said to me, it is so simple. All you need to do is begin well. Right where you are standing, hidden in the ground are hundreds of rupees. It's up to you to dig them out. I was then a young man without much understanding. The next day, I dug a huge hole in the ground, but I found nothing. The following morning, when my neighbor saw the hole, he began to laugh. Foolish man, I didn't mean that you had to dig a hole. Now I'll tell you what I actually meant. The neighbor then gave me an apple sapling and said, take this, plant it in the hole you have dug. Look after it well. In a few years from now, when this sapling becomes a tree, you will start getting money. This young apple plant will reward you. I planted the apple sapling and looked after it well. The tree grew strong and over the years, it has become the great tree that you see in front of you. I have been selling its fruits all these years. This tree has certainly given me back hundreds and hundreds of rupees. Even today, I earn money by selling its delicious fruits. I have never forgotten the lessons which my neighbor taught me. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Today I'm here to say a story of the apple tree. Grandfather was sitting in the shade of a big apple tree in front of his house. His grandchildren were happily munching the delicious apple from the tree. Who planted this tree here? Grandfather asked one of the children. Come, I'll tell you how this tree came to be here, said their grandfather. He began. I came to live here more than 50 years ago. One day, I was standing just about where this apple tree now stands. I was complaining to my neighbor that I had no money. Oh, I said, how happy I would be if I had a lot of money. The neighbor, who was a very wise man, said to me, it is so simple. All you need to do is begin real. Right where you are standing, hidden in the ground, are hundreds of rupees. It's up to you to dig them out. I wasn't a young man without much understanding. The next day, I dug a huge hole in the ground,
but I found nothing. The following morning, when my neighbor saw the hole, he began to laugh. Foolish man, I didn't mean that we have to dig the hole. Now I will tell you what I actually mean. The neighbor then gave me an apple sapling and said, take this, plant it in the hole you have dug. Look after it well. In a few years from now, when this sapling becomes a tree, you will start getting money. This young apple plant will reward you. I planted the apple sapling and look after it well. The tree grew strong, and over the years it has become a great tree that you see in front of you. I have been selling its fruit all these years. This tree has certainly given me back hundreds and hundreds of rupees. Even today I earn money by selling its delicious fruit. I have never forgotten the lesson which my neighbor taught me. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is J.N.P.S. I study in class 4. I'm here to say a story. My topic of my story is the apple tree. Grandfather was sitting in the shade of a big apple tree in front of his house. His grandchildren were happily munching the delicious apple from the tree. Who planted this tree here, Grandfather? Asked one of the children. Come, I'll tell you how this tree came to be here, said their grandfather. He began. I came to live here more than 50 years ago. One day, I was standing just about where this apple tree now stands. I was complaining to my neighbor that I had no money. Oh, I said, how happy I would be if I had a lot of money. The neighbor, who was a very wise man, said to me, it is so simple. All you need to do is begin well. Right where we are standing, hidden in the ground are hundreds of rupees. It's up to you to dig them out. I was then a young man without much understanding. The next day, I dug a huge hole in the ground, but I found nothing. The following morning, when my neighbor saw the hole, he began to laugh. Foolish man, I didn't mean that you have to dig a hole. Now, I will tell you what I actually mean. The neighbor then gave me an apple sapling and said, take this, plant it in the hole you have dug. Look after it well. In a few years from now, when this apple sapling becomes a tree, you will start getting money. This young apple plant will reward you. I planted the apple sapling and looked after it well. The tree grew strong, and over the years, it has become the great tree that you see in front of you. I have been selling its delicious fruit all these years. This tree has certainly given me back hundreds and hundreds of rupees. Even today, I earn money by selling its delicious fruit. I have never forgotten the lesson which my neighbor taught me. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is J.N.P.S. I study in class 4. Today, I would like to tell a story about the apple tree. Grandfather was sitting in the shade of a big apple tree in front of his house. His grandchildren were happily munching the delicious apple from the tree. Who planted this tree here, Grandfather? Asked one of the children. Come, I'll tell you how this tree came to be here, said the grandfather. He began. I came to live here more than 50 years ago. One day, I was standing just about where this apple tree now stands. I was complaining to my neighbor that I had no money. The neighbor I said, how happy I would be if I had a lot of money. Oh, I said. The neighbor, who was a very wise man, said to me, it is so simple. All you need to do is begin well. Right where you are standing, hidden in the ground, are hundreds of rupees. It's up to you to dig them out. I was then a young man without much understanding. The next day, I dug a huge hole in the ground, but I found nothing. The following morning, when my neighbor saw the hole, he began to laugh. Foolish man, I didn't mean that you had to dig a hole. Now I will tell you what I actually meant. The neighbor then gave me an apple sapling and said, take this, plant it in the hole you have dug. A few years from now, when these saplings become a tree, you will start getting money. This young apple plant will reward you. I planted the apple sapling and looked after it well. The tree grew strong, and over the years, it has become the great tree that you see in front of you. I have been selling its fruits all these years. This tree has certainly given me back hundreds and hundreds of rupees. Even today, I earn money by selling its delicious fruits. I have never forgotten the lessons which my neighbor taught me.
Good morning. My name is Abdullah and I read in class 4. Today I am here to say the story, The Apple Tree. Grandfather was sitting in the cell of a big apple tree in front of his house. His grandchildren were happily munching the delicious apples from the tree. Who planted the tree, grandfather? Said one of the children. Come, I'll tell you how the tree came to be here. Here's their grandfather. He began. I came to be here more than 50 years ago. One day, I was standing just about to guard the spring of sand. I was complaining to my neighbor that I had no money. Oh, I said, how happy I would be if I had a lot of money. The neighbor, who was a very wise man, said to me, it is so simple. All you need to do is begin well. Right where you are standing hidden in the ground are hundreds of rupees. It's up to you to dig them up. I was then a young man, without much understanding. The next day I dug a huge hole in the ground, but I found nothing. The following morning, when my neighbor saw the hole, he began to laugh. Foolish man, I didn't mean that you have to dig a hole. Now I will tell you what I actually mean. The neighbor then gave me an apple sapling and said, take this, plant it in the hole you have dug. Look after it well. After a few years from now, when this sapling become a tree, you will start getting money. This young apple plant will reward you. I planted the apple sapling and looked after it well. The tree grew strong, and over the year, it has become the great tree that you see in front of you. I have been selling its fruit all this year. This tree has certainly given me back hundreds and hundreds of rupees. Even now, I can earn money by selling its delicious fruits. I have never forgotten the lesson which my neighbor taught me. Thank you.